going to kind of wrap this vlog up. I don't know what kind of content I have. It's all kind of a mishmash. I've been struggling with the vlogging stuff just because it takes time. You have to stop and make a video and stuff, and I'm basically burning it at both ends most days, you know, working out, food prepping, all that good stuff. So anyways, it's actually a really good week. I changed up my workouts. I'm doing more leg days, more leg focused days, basically working on my weaknesses. My upper body's coming along really well. So I need to focus on the legs more. So I did a whole bunch more glute, hamstring focused stuff this week. I'm using a lot of Fat Fueled Mom's glute building program workouts, not completely. I kind of adjust them. Same thing with the upper body. I kind of use them as a template. And then I have actually, because I've been a personal trainer and I kind of know my body and stuff, I've been kind of modifying workouts on my own. So working hard, but really working on muscle contractions and my muscle connections, and, you know, really quality movements, a little less intense. I've been increasing my walking. I've just been walking everywhere as much as I can to get cardio in, and everything was going great. Wednesday I did a carb up and it was fantastic. The next day I went and did an arm day and my body was pumped. I mean, it was unbelievable. The other thing I added in, not talking a lot about yet, was a super starch. It's 22 grams of carbs, just straight starch. And I took that before my workout on Thursday. That was the first time I tried it. It's something that Danny's experimenting with too. And took it right before the workout and my arms were pumped. I mean, I'll show you guys pictures of that, but it felt great. Then I also, because I was had so much energy from the carb up the day before, I also did CrossFit. I just felt like, you know what, I'm a little bit tired. I need something to pump me up. It was kind of a short workout, but it was heavy thrusters. And I haven't done thrusters in a long time, and they were super heavy. So a thruster is a front squat into an overhead press. It's all one movement. It was super heavy. I missed one of them, and I think I hyperextended my back a bit. Didn't feel bad at the time, but the next day I kind of had overdid it on Thursday. So I said, well, I'll just take a rest day and then I'll do a leg day Saturday before posing practice. So took Friday off, just did some fasted cardio. And so Saturday morning I went and did a glute workout with my trainer and some other girls, and I felt an old injury pop up. I have some sacroiliac joint dysfunction. So your sacroiliac joint is like the bones right in between your pelvis, and if your pelvis is tight or rotated in any way, or your lumbar vertebrae are off a little bit, it can seize up and get super tight. So I got through the glute workout with the trainer, and my back kept getting tighter and tighter. And I was having a really hard time with any kind of hip extension. I was having trouble with, you know, anterior pelvic tilts. And so when I stretched, I did a bunch of stuff after the workout, but it just kept getting worse. So I put on my heels, I was getting ready for posing, and I started doing the posing, and I couldn't hold the poses because you really have to arch your back and stick your butt out and get your glutes going, and wearing heels, everything, it just got worse and worse. But luckily I was able to call my chiropractor. I got in for an 1.5-hour massage, and that was pretty good, but I need an adjustment. So I'm going to go in on Monday, get an adjustment. So the rest of the day, I couldn't move. I mean, I could walk around a little bit, but I was pretty much had to lay on the couch and do pretty much nothing. This was really depressing to me, and for some reason it triggered me, that it made me feel like, oh, if I can't get up and do things all day, then in my mind it was like I was failing and I wasn't gonna succeed. And I even got this weird body dysmorphia because I felt like, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna be fat, and just one day of being down, and it was awful. I mean, I haven't felt that way in a long time, but I think like most women, I have suffered from binge eating in the past. Every woman suffers from some kind of body dysmorphia in some way. So, and the worst part of it is I already got my workout in, but for some reason it felt like I hadn't done enough. And the fact that I had to relax and not do anything for the rest of the day, it made me feel like I wasn't doing enough, which is crazy. So I had some major urges to binge eat. And Crystal Sykes, the Lady Savage, who's married to Robert Sykes, Keto Savage, they make Keto Brick. She had recently posted something about her struggles with her prep and binge eating and bulimia and body dysmorphia and all of her struggles and how she worked through them. And I thought about that and I was like, what are you doing? Like, you don't need to do this. Like, I really wanted to, but I still had the urges. So the answer was, I ate some Keto Brick. So Keto Brick is this delicious, perfectly proportioned ketogenic brick that's like perfect keto ratios. It's delicious, so tasty. And I just needed a treat. And I realized I could eat this, fit it into my macros, just my food, and it would feel like I had a treat and knowing that it was good for me. So I ate about 100 grams of Keto Brick and I made it through the day without binging, and I stayed within my macros. So I'm really proud of myself for that, and it was kind of a weird shocker. I didn't expect that to happen just from one injury. So today's the day after. I am feeling better. I was gonna go just do some upper body lifting and stuff, but I've been walking around all day. I actually have done tons of walking. I did fasted cardio. I've been up and about, but I can feel twinges in my back, and I've decided to take a day off, except for I did do the fasted cardio. So I've walked a lot today, and the good thing is my weight was actually really good today. It was 138.2, and I feel good. I'm hoping that tomorrow, after I get an adjustment, I can get back on it and maybe do a double workout. The other cool thing this week is my ketones have been sky high. I don't usually read high, ever. Like, I never have, and they're actually higher. And this is with adding in some carbs. Now, the way I add the carbs in, I mean, there's still almost nothing compared to most people, but I've done the carb ups, which is about 91 grams the next day, totally fully in ketosis. Then I used the super starch, which was 22 grams, but that's all the carbs I had for the day, all in one shot. And next day, my ketones were high. So this morning, they were highest they've been in forever. They were 1.1, and I think that the highest I've ever been is 1.8. And my blood sugar was 75. Now, this just shows that the longer you are keto adapted and fat adapted, the more you might be able to handle some carbs. So this is a really important thing to know, because I think a lot of people are looking at my carb ups and they're like, oh, I should do a carb up. I'm like, if you're at that point, if you're a high level athlete and you are very lean and you're not insulin sensitive and you're not using keto for like healing or anything. So if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to heal yourself and get into ketosis, carb ups aren't for you right now. They may be in the future. I'm using carb ups as a high level athlete. I'm lean and my body clearly can use them and need them right now to replenish my glycogen stores. So and they are having no bad results on my blood sugars, so it's obviously working for me. Okay, so while people are following my blog and different things, I just want you to remember that my macros and what I'm doing is for me. Danny changes them for me. They're very personal. So they're gonna change again here. leading into the last 5 weeks of my prep, and my calories are gonna get lower. We're gonna do different things, and they're gonna be based on what I need. We also did a fat refeed, and that, you know, changed things. So I just wanted to make sure that people understand that, and really maybe, you know, do things like carb ups under the supervision of a coach, and like, why are you doing it? If you're trying to heal yourself, then don't do carb ups. You probably don't need carbs. If you're a female trying to heal hormones, or, you know, there's different reasons, then you might need carbs. So there's different reasons for it. Don't feel bad if you have some, but it's not something that's necessarily necessary. So it is for me. Let's see what else and let's see, I got measured for my suit. I will get it 2 weeks before the show. I know I am pushing it there, but I am overly excited for my suit because I went ahead and paid extra for all the bling. So I figure, you know what, I'm doing this, might as well do it right. So yeah. Okay, I promised you guys I would tell you what my caliper readings were. Interestingly, they were the highest reading. I was actually hoping they would be a little closer to the other ones, but they're still a good measurement. I mean, calipers, they actually do skinfold pinches, so they're gonna do like bicep, tricep, they'll do chest, back, thigh, they do a couple of spots on my stomach. And there are good ways of seeing kind of where you're holding your fat. So the readings actually said 17.5%. I think it was 18 the weekend before, and then I did a carb up, and we decided to do them one more time that week, and I actually went down 0.5%. So I'm super lean in like my chest, my stomach, my biceps, my back. But where I'm the highest is I still have quite a bit on my thighs and my triceps, which I actually was surprised. I didn't actually think my triceps were that bad, but I think that's typical for most women, period. Where do we carry fat? Back of our arms and our legs. So my thigh measurement was fairly high. I think it was 13 one day, and then it came down to like 12. And then my tricep was like 7, and then it went down to 6. So still some good changes. My weight has fluctuated all week, but officially today I'm 138.2. I'd like to see that get under, like stay at 138 through the week instead of fluctuating up to the 141s. So that's kind of the way it's been. But again, the scale doesn't mean a lot. I have some really good pictures. I was really hoping to do the posing class and get some really good photos after the posing class, but I couldn't do it. So I'm not gonna let this injury get me down too much. I'm just gonna modify my workouts next week. So the plan is more cardio next week, and I'm going to be doing higher rep, lighter weight. Probably do most of my leg workouts will be like on machines where my back is supported. So, and just really working on the contractions, like really flexing. I may do like some isometric holds just to make sure that like the muscle endurance gets there. So that's gonna how I change it. And this week I am going to Keto Con. So I am hoping that I'm gonna give a much better video for you guys for next week. I'm going to Keto Con. I am going to meet Danny Vega in person. Hopefully we'll get a workout in, and I will be food prepping. So I've done this one time before already for traveling, and so I'm actually getting ready to go do my food prep for the week. So I am prepared while I travel. I'm bringing all my food with me, and I am absolutely like over the moon excited. The other really cool thing that's happening is I have made contact with Cody Myler. Yeah, Cody Myler, and he is the Keto Fit Cowboy on Instagram, and he is putting on a show in October. This is supposed to be a keto bodybuilding show in Dallas, Texas. So stay tuned to more details on that. If I feel great after this show. I may be going to Texas to do another show in October. So anyways, more details on that are going to be coming. It's kind of up in the air, so you should follow him. His podcasts are amazing. I love him, and I'm really excited about this new, it's a new league. It's called NACA, and it's a Ketogenic Athletes Association, and it's going to be awesome. So anyways, I will tell you more about that when I get more details.